Good day, and thank you for being here with me for this presentation. You know, I do believe that most of you all listening to this presentation have a few queries that are stored in your mental closet, and they are correlated with friends and friendship. By that I mean, how many of you all ask this? Why can't I keep at least one trustworthy friend? Why don't I have unbreakable friendships like other people? Well, I believe this oral narrative will offer templates that just might be a pot of gold to your prudent probes that are correlated to having friends and sustaining friendships for a lifetime. I think we all can prudently concur this, that without friends, we don't exist. Friends make us whole. Friends make us who we are and who we want to be. And let me give you my definition of a friend. And this is it. Having a friend is like having a rainbow that spontaneously appears when there is a low cloud hanging over your head. But what is friendship? Well, there are three kinds of friendships, as noted by Aristotle. They are friendship of utility, friendship of pleasure, and friendship of mutual respect. But have you ever witnessed and wondered why some people have friends who will do practically anything and everything for them, give them organs, and they're not even asked to do so? Well, in this presentation, we're going to underline a few things that I believe will help you to understand why friends and friendships are so important here. And you will be able to maintain a friend. But first, let me underscore a few themes that are linked to maintaining unbreakable friendships. And these themes are: you should know how to correctly apologize. You should know how to avoid the destructive and foul tentacles of jealousy. You should know how to participate in a conversation and divert gossiping. You should know how to conduct a conversation with a friend who is grieving. So let's call this presentation How to Win Loyal Friends and Maintain Friendships and Even Win the Respect of Adversaries. Many friendships have been damaged or destroyed because one person was too quick to give their unsolicited opinion about someone or about a particular situation that was under review. Say you and your best friend were engaged in a casual conversation, and he or she says something like this: you know something, I have serious issues with X character. X is so disrespectful to people. But you, the friend, chime in with this: not me. I don't concur with you. I see nothing wrong with X character. Well, your statement stipulates that your best friend is not a good judge of character and that your oral thoughts are much better. But guess what? By saying this, you're going to mitigate your friendship. How about this instant also? You and your friend were, conversing, and your friend postulated this: I have started to have severe headache. They're migraine headaches. Now, instead of just listening, you state this demeaning and unsympathetic statement to your loyal friend: thank God, I'm so glad I don't have that problem, or I'm so blessed. Well, your friend now feels worse than ever. It would have been more compassionate to state this: I don't have migraine headaches. However, I do have other physical problems. You can just make up some, maybe your back. Now listen to this here. If you say you have some problems also, this sort of level the playing field of pain and suffering, and your friend feels better. Knowing how to have opposing thoughts will enhance your knowledge by giving rise to assimilation and accommodation. Those are the elements how we learn new information, how we learn knowledge. if you don't know how to extend your apology, and that's what we're talking about, and when to be contrite, your friendship could possibly be damaged or destroyed for a lifetime. For the masculine gender, confessing mea culpa can be so uncomfortable. And so many of us assume that if we openly apologize to someone, this indicates that we are weak, our shortcomings will be on display. Well, just how do we express our act of contrition? First, give serious thought to what you said and why you voiced what you did that is so offensive to your friend or to the victim. Or maybe you failed to come to your friend aid when they needed you the most. And later you state something like this to them: I was kind of busy, but I kept you in my nightly prayers. Just apologize and say, I'm sorry, I wasn't there. But should you be contrite for something you were supposed to have said and you know you didn't say it? Yes, apologize anyway. And here's why. There's a good chance the person or friend will come to see that it was he or she that was incorrect, and they'll respect you more. But don't waste energy trying to figure out why your friend or that person felt so wounded. Just be submissive and apologize. Second, and this is so important, you, the apologist, must first seek the victim's permission to extend your remorseful words, because the victim may not accept or want your atonement. However, if you are afforded the opportunity to be contrite, then complete your words with this example. Well, I was wrong with my unsolicited and hurtful thoughts and my demeaning behavior. But why use the word wrong? Why not just apologize and that'll be the end of it? That should be enough. Well, no, it isn't. And here's why. By inserting the word wrong into your culpability, this so notes that nothing I said was valid about you. Now, if you only apologize, it simply suggests this: I am only sorry for expressing my hateful words so openly. However, I still believe what I said about you, or I wouldn't have stated it. The conscious brain doesn't like to be castigated by hearing the term wrong. So it will help you to try not to make that mistake again. It just doesn't want to be wrong. However, in no way should you utter, sometimes you are just too sensitive. Oh man, you are just ridiculous. For a man, you're just too sensitive. Or this: I will apologize if what I said offended you. Of course it did. They said it. Such statement will contribute little to your friendship. On the other hand, it would be appropriate, I believe, to proclaim this: truth be told, sometimes I just don't finish my thoughts in the correct manner. I must give serious attention to what I'm saying the next time. And I'm so glad you brought this to my attention. Would you please allow me to take you to lunch and so we can talk about it, because I do not want our friendship to end. But never apologize by electronic mail, text and so forth, or even by telephone. Do it face to face. And do so in a timely manner before rigor mortis sets in, and you won't be able to perform the autopsy needed to investigate as to what went wrong with your friendship, what damaged your friendship. And that is to say this: when you make a mess, and we all do from time to time, try to clean it up before the stench settles in. And often the offended, your friend, say, will help you to clean it up, because nobody likes an unpleasant odor. However, do not use pretexts to cover up your missteps or lack of judgment. People understand that you make mistakes. And don't insist that your victim forgive you at your desired time. Give them time to figure it out. And know this much: people will accept your apology, and not because your words or action weren't hurtful and displeasing to them. Rather, few will want to carry such a heavy burden of not forgiving. But What if you were informed that a friend said something negative about you that was hurtful? Maybe they said something that was supposed to stay between you and her and the bedpost and so forth. Well, how about having a face-to-face conversation? Remember, you don't want your friendship to end. And if your friend admitted divulging factual and sensitive statements about you, should you forgive your friend? I don't know. I can't answer that. That's going to be up to you. And if your friend admitted that, I'm sorry, I said it and I'm sorry, should you forgive your friend? I don't know. However, there's a good chance that you are guilty yourself of telling sensitive things about your friend. And your friend found out about it, but they forgave you. Because they said, well, they're not perfect. Might have had a lapse of judgment and it just flew out. Don't misremember that your friend was with you when you were laughing and they laughed with you. When you cried, your friend cried with you. And know that no apology is ever too small. Now we will visit another debilitating element that could shatter the house of friendship, and that is the hideous and addictive opponent. And this opponent is known as jealousy. The act of jealousy is an unconscious and unethical act and has little respect for anyone or even a loyal friend. And this evil jealousy doesn't want anyone to be successful and to do anything that they can't do. And they'll do everything possible to make sure it doesn't happen. But how do you know when you are exercising your jealousy towards someone or towards your friend? Well, consider this. When you refuse to acknowledge your friend's success or someone else's accomplishment, or even their effort to succeed, this is when the unpleasant appetite of jealousy opens its large and despicable mouth and says, I can help you to be jealous. Give me a chance. And when you take pleasure in pointing out what you believe of imperfections about your friend or someone else, then you are jealous and you don't even realize it. Simply stated, being jealous underscores this: I want what someone has or what my friend has or what they might try to accomplish. However, I am not willing to do the laborious work that person did to fulfill my desirous needs. So I'll do what I can to prevent their success. And maybe you, the jealous friend, doesn't care to have what your friend has. You just don't want to see your friend get ahead of you. Now listen to this much. If you are envious, this states that you are willing to do what is necessary to obtain what you desire or even what your friend has. So, by being jealous is a better choice of the two. Now, let's go to the house of gossip and visit the rooms that hold misinfortune, information, and falsehoods, and all such unpleasantries that could unvarnish a friendship for a lifetime. Of course, we all gossip from time to time, and without being cognizant of it. Listening to gossip can be emotional satisfying if we are overburdened with our own personal challenges. And by listening to junk depicting someone else's personal issues can be so satisfying, and you will feel better because you'll say someone else is suffering also. The act of gossiping is a negative and toxic type of communication, and in most cases, the information is unfounded and often riddled with falsehoods. And listen to this. When you listen to a negative conversation that is flowing on the grapevine about someone or about your friend, it would be wise and considerate to postulate something like this. I don't feel comfortable donating my 2 cents. I don't know enough about the person or subject. Or you can simply change the direction and the conduct of the conversation by introducing a new non-judgmental topic. Thus, the gossiper will get the message and desist. And know this much, even if you, the listener, decides not to participate, not to say a thing, well, guess what? You are still guilty by association because you are extending your ear to that gossip. And you're also giving nutrients to the grapevine. So it'll continue. And know this, sooner or later, your beeswax will flow on that same poisonous vine, and it will be your character that will be put on display. But should you try to chase it down? No, because you can't correct or argue with ignorance. Our next topic that could deplete and undermine a friendship, and that is this: not knowing what to say when a grieving friend seeks your sympathy and your understanding. If your friend is moaning or morose due to the loss of a loved one or the breakup of a long-term relationship or even maybe the death of a loyal pet, you as a friend must know how to deal with such an important issue as to not to blemish your friendship. But do you have to say, I'm so sorry X died. Oh, I do feel your pain. I went through the same thing years ago. No, no, no. Because you probably didn't know X and you probably don't even care about X. And most importantly, you have no idea the anguish and the gut-wrenching pain your friend is suffering. We grieve differently and for different reasons and for different length of time. And how often have you heard this? Time will make things better. Of course you mean well, but it is subverting to the griever's suffering and might deteriorate your friendship. You would undergird more sympathy and compassion if your declaration stated this: hope you all feeling better. How are you holding up? Things must be unpleasant for you at this particular time in your precious life. Please allow me to be involved. I want to be with you in any manner I can. Let me come over there. Or you can say, come on, let's go to an outing or something. However, you would be indifferent to affirm this: I'm here if you need me. Just give me a holler or text me. If they need you, of course they need you. Or they wouldn't have brought their pain and suffering to your doorsteps. And notice, people don't like to be a bother. And if they say, would you come over here and help me? They feel they're intruding upon you. Be cognizant that some people grieve for a loyal pet as much as they do for a relative. It would be compassionate and sympathetic to just lend your ear. And in most cases, all the griever wants you to do is just to listen without exercising your own thoughts. Be aware that all fruitful friendships must be fine-tuned periodically. If you don't have friends or acquaintance, well, it would be wise to ask your searching mind, do I come off being too doggone perfect for my own good? A little self-deprecation would hit the spot now and then. Your friend will see that you poke fun at yourself, at your silliness, and they'll say, I don't have to be perfect to have this person as a friend. Remember, to be a friend, you must be friendly. Learn the valuable commodity of listening. Friends forgive each other for not being perfect. And if you want to drop that friend, drop them. But don't make up lies that they are supposed to have said about you. Now, listen to this. Do you know what is the highest level of friendship? I'll tell you. Best friends. And sorry, parents, your adult offspring is not your best friend. And it is unwise to engage in controversial themes. What's the good of it? Few minds will be changed. On the other hand, much damage can be done to a friendship, and it may not be able to be restored ever again. Finally, it has been said, it is better to understand than to be understood. So I guess you could say it is better to listen than to voice your opinion about something. Try being interested instead of being interesting. Now, I do hope that your journey with loyal friends, trustworthy friends, will bear a lifetime of delicious fruits that will never spoil. Now, please visit some of my other videos. You might find them interesting. Like me on Facebook, Clifton Castile, or you may visit my internet website and get a better perspective of me, who I am, and you can download some of my publications for peer review. You might find them interesting. You know what? This has been an absolute pleasure being with you. I have enjoyed this moment. We got to do it again. And don't forget, go to my internet website. I want to say that again. I think you're really going to like some of the publication. CliftonCastile.com. Folks, you take care until we meet again. Thank you.